everyone. My name is Muiwa Adidayo. I am a lecturer. I am also an educational neuroscientist. Okay, by His grace, I have published about 6 books. This is one of my books that was published in the United States of America. And presently, my organization, Edubrainix Africa Consulting Limited, we are currently training teachers all over Nigeria. In fact, presently, our impact has gone beyond the shores of this country. We are currently training teachers who reside in Ghana, in South Africa, and in Equatorial Guinea. And I strongly believe that other African countries are going to really come on board. If you look at the course itself, this is the course outline, and we have about 23 courses. We have about 23 topics. So this masterclass in educational neuroscience is important for every school owner, for every student of education, for every school administrator, or every individual that is connected to the education sector needs the knowledge of the brain, that is called brain science or neuroscience. So what we've started doing is to share these insights, these ideas with people all over the continent, because educational neuroscience is the number one factor in global education. And today's topic is extremely important. If you look at it, it is educational neuroscience, the 7 chemicals of effective teaching. I repeat, educational neuroscience, the 7 chemicals of all neurotransmitters of effective teaching. But the first question that I would like to really hazard is what is effective teaching? Effective teaching is the holy grail of education. It is the one factor that separates a qualitative educational system from the other one. Look, every teacher desires to be effective in the classroom. And interestingly enough, based on the research that I've conducted, based on the data that I've really gathered for this video, that effective teaching has there's what I call the biology of effective teaching, and that is what we are going to be looking at today. Then I have some ideas that we are going to be discussing. So please come along with me while I take you to the whiteboard for just simple and explicit explanation of today's topic. Yes, cognition, literacy and numeracy. That the education system is focused mainly on these 3 factors. On thinking, on literacy, and on numeracy. Forgetting the fact that emotions. What is the emotion is part of what is called affective neuroscience. That the affective neuroscience is completely missing in our education system, and that is one of the reasons why I've decided to really shoot this video. Then in the brain, apart from the fact that we have about 100 billion cells, nerve cells in the brain, there is a subcortical organ in the brain called the brain reward system. The brain reward system is that system in the brain that is responsible for the release of some neurotransmitters in the brain. We are going to quickly come to that. Then the next item is the endocrine glands. The endocrine glands and neurotransmitters and neuropeptides. These 3 factors that I've mentioned, they are responsible for the release of different chemicals. And these chemicals determine the kind of emotions that we feel at a particular point in time. So the intention of this video is not to really go in depth. It's just to give my listeners just little ideas about what to expect if they register for the for the master class in educational neuroscience class. Then the next thing is the synapse. The synapse are those junctions. This is a good example of a neuron. Then if you look at this picture here, these are neurons. The synapse, this first one here is called the presynaptic neuron, while this is the postsynaptic neurons. The junction here, that empty space between one neuron and the other, is called the synapse. And then The different neurotransmitters are released in this one is called the VTA. The VTA really stands for come on, let me use adjust this. Okay, yes, this one is called the ventral tegmental area. Okay, it is where the dopamine, one of the common or one of the profound, the major neurotransmitter, it is manufactured here in the VTA, in the brain. Then this one is the hypothalamus. Okay, the hypothalamus is also responsible for the release of a particular chemical that we are going to be looking at today. Then this one is the pituitary gland. Okay, this one is the adrenal gland that is responsible for the release of adrenaline. Then let's look at the next item on the second whiteboard. So here, these are the 7 chemicals of effective pedagogy, or the 7 chemicals of effective teaching. Okay, lest I forget, or it is important that I stress this again, that this video will not go in depth. It's just to give, okay, my viewers, okay, just little idea of what to expect whenever they register for the master class in Educational Neuroscience. If you look at this, the topic 18, the topic 18 is what? The neurochemistry of effective teaching. Okay, here everything will be revealed, okay, to participants as soon as they register for the master class in Educational Neuroscience. These ideas will transform your pedagogy. These ideas will make you become an effective teacher. That desire, okay, to be effective in the class, when you incorporate these 7 chemicals, it will make you a lovable teacher. It will increase, okay, your professional and subject expertise. Your students will enjoy every moment with you if you understand how these chemicals work, how they work in your own brain and in your learners' brains. So what are the 7 chemicals? The first one is called the dopamine. Okay, the second one is called the serotonin. The third one is called the endorphin. The fourth one is called the norepinephrine. The fifth one is called the oxytocin. The sixth one is called the adrenaline. And the 7th one is called the epinephrine. As a neuroeducator, as soon as you enter the lecture hall or the classroom, that your knowledge of these chemicals, okay, to do, what to say in order to release, okay, these chemicals so that the students can really respond to your teaching. It's extremely important, okay, in your journey towards becoming an effective educator or towards achieving effective pedagogy. Let me just use one example. For example, whenever you are teaching and you discover that your students are not responding, okay, maybe they are feeling lackadaisical to your teaching, this is what you need to do. All you need to do, you can just pause and say, look, I'm going to tell you a story. As soon as you tell them that you are going to tell them a story, 2 things happen in their brain. There's something called norepinephrine. Okay, norepinephrine has to do with that. As soon as we encounter something that is new, okay, it is released, okay, in our brain. It is one of the neurotransmitters that is released between those synapses. Then secondly, the dopamine is also released, okay, in the brain. Okay, and the dopamine is what? It's a neurotransmitter of expectation, okay, of motivation. So immediately your students, okay, they will become motivated to want to listen to you at that moment. And as soon as you do this, whatever you teach them will sink in their brains. So these are chemicals that will make you, if understanding them, will make you become, okay, a highly sought after teacher. So please do not forget to register for the master class in Educational Neuroscience. It contains 23 topics. I'm going to leave a link, okay, to this video if you're interested. Neuroscience, Educational Neuroscience is the number 1 thing in the global economy. But Educational Neuroscience is the number 1 factor, is the number 1 concept in the global education system. Whoever, if you're a teacher or if you are an individual who is connected to the education, This knowledge will transform, okay, your life. This knowledge will transform, okay, your teachings. It will make you a leader in the education sector. So thank you very much. Do not forget to share this video, and if you have any questions, drop them. I will definitely respond to your questions. Thank you once again, and I shall see you in the next video.